Hello, chess family. It's me, National Master Jesse James, and today I'm going to be going over one of my favorite or one of my best combinations in chess. This was a long game at game 90 and 30-second increment, meaning it starts off with 90 minutes each person, but then it also adds 30 seconds each move. This was a long game, and this was against a young master from Austin, Lucius, who had just made master. A very, very strong player. Over the board, I think he's around 2,300 right now, so I'm pretty sure the sky's the limit. I'm hoping that he gets even to the higher level. This was actually our second game that we played, and in this one, I'm not in the best position here. I'm playing the white pieces, and this is definitely a failed London. And, well, at this point, you can see that Queen A5 just got played. A very nice move. You can see I have this backwards pawn on the B file over here, and he's definitely playing up against it, looking to make Alekine's gun, which I just did a video if you want to take a look at that one over there. But, yeah, he's getting ready to play the queen over to B5 or over here and try to attack b2. Unfortunately, he won't break through as I have enough defenders. So the new idea is after queen a5 is to play a3. Now c3 will fall or b2 will fall. I saw this coming, and well, there's only one thing I could think of. I got to counter attack. All the attacks over here and all the concentrations here, so let's go for that kingside attack and try to, create some kind of counterplay here. So I started off with rook e3. The idea here is to slide over to rook g3 and put pressure on the g7 pawn. He went ahead and played the thematic move, which I thought he'd play. Pawn to a3 because it is a good move. Without this move, I mean, shoot, I'm just going to attack him. And again, it's not so simple just to go ahead and take here. Once I take, well, now you can see I have these two weaknesses on a3 and on c3. And you know what? Maybe I could just take here, but I didn't want to deal with, after queen takes on a3, any kind of trades here of the queens. Definitely don't want that. This endgame would be very tough. So, with that being said, I went all in for it. I played rook over to g3, and now I got pressure on the g7 pawn right here. And, well, he went in for it. He went ahead and played. Pawn takes over here, and at this point, now I get a very nice attacking game. He definitely did not have to do this. In fact, I was expecting something else, but I mean, yeah. I mean, I will say some other moves that are just losing right off the bat. Something like pawn to g6. Here I already had calculated after queen takes on h6. If he does take on b2, I actually have a forced checkmate here with rook takes on g6. And after pawn takes rook to f8 would have been a very nice checkmate. So it was becoming a little difficult here to defend, but I was very surprised when he just took. I was like, okay, well, now I just have the nice thematic move of queen takes on h6 here. Now I have the threat of checkmate on g7 right here. And so he went ahead and played pawn to f6. Again, one of the only moves I could see that he could play. If it wasn't for this move, then he would play something like g6. And again, as we had looked up previously, there's just forced checkmates here. Rook takes on g6, pawn takes, and then rook over to f8 and mate. By the way, if this attack doesn't work, we're obviously going to be losing this game because, well, they're about to make another queen over here. So here he played the interesting move of pawn f6. And here, I did sit for quite a while trying to analyze and see what the best move was. I mean, when you're playing your chess games, especially in these long games, it only takes us one inaccurate move to lose, right? But also, no one ever whispers in your ear, hey, this is a winning position. I believe that this was a good position, but I wasn't actually sure yet if it was a forced checkmate just yet. And here I was analyzing quite a few moves here because there are some juicy moves here to play. You have pawn takes on f6, rook takes on f6, queen takes on f6. There's lots of moves here to play. In fact, when I was first looking at this, I was actually anticipating playing pawn takes on f6, but then I had spotted that, yes, this in fact would not be the best. Queen to c7 actually is a very nice resource here. And what's the idea? The queen c7 actually pins the rook and also threatens just to take on g7 here. And, well, although white is still better in this position, it's actually going to be very, very difficult, at least for a human, to win in these kind of situations. For instance, I can go ahead and I can't play the rook takes anyways, as this would just be nice and winning. If f7 check, this actually is not the best here. Here we can just go ahead and play queen takes on f7, and after rook takes, now you see g7's defended, and they're going to be queening right over here. So the game gets a little bit more complicated, like I said. Technically here I am still better, but the game goes on for quite a bit longer. So after this, after studying this position for quite a while, I was able to find queen takes on f6 actually the best move here. And, well, again, black is looking for a lot of different resources here, a lot of different moves. And here, he went ahead and played queen. Now, this is actually going to be the losing move for him. At this point, again, I was looking at other ideas, like queen c7 was a move, queen a8's a move. Yeah, even here, I do have a forced checkmate, which is actually pretty close to the game. let's see if you can find the idea. After he played queen over here, I found a force mate here, a forced win here. So feel free to push pause if you want to. I'd calculated mostly all this in my head up until the queen takes f6, but now I did force the checkmate here. Apparently, like I said, it's forced checkmate in 11 here. With actually, there's 2 ways to win here with forced checkmate. So if you could just find one of them, good job. But which move do you think it is? All right, hopefully you push pause or tried to figure it out. At this point, if you did push pause or you're still trying to figure it out, here, like I said, there was 2 winning moves here. I went ahead and chose, I guess, the second best one as far as computer is concerned, and I went ahead and played queen takes on e6 here. Now, apparently, queen f8 check was also winning here. After queen f8 check, king to h7. Here, I was looking at the position, and I wasn't sure because I was thinking of rook f4, threatening rook to h4 for checkmate, but then I was a bit afraid of this move of queen over to c1. And the idea here was it attacks the rook, which they can sacrifice, right, because they've got enough pieces. But then also maybe even queen h6 can get played. But apparently I was just hallucinating, as after rook to h4 check was going to force mate here. Queen h6. Rook just takes. And here, well, both ways are just losing. If you take with the king, queen h8 would be checkmate. Or if you play pawn takes, and this is probably what I had missed, at least back then, queen g8 was going to be checkmate. So it's a very, very nice combination there. And yeah, it's amazing how many different blind spots that you can have. Again, you have to find this all ahead in advance, all in your head. So definitely very difficult and very nerve-wracking, at least for me. At this point, I went ahead and played queen takes on e6 check. And I had seen that there was going to be a forced mate here. And here he played king h7. And now this is the move that he had missed, or it's just unstoppable here. It's white to move and win. This is the move that you must find if he had played like this. And here the move was very nice. You just actually play rook to f7, and there's no good way to defend the g7 pawn, which I thought was pretty amazing here. And I think at this point he just went ahead and resigned, as there really is nothing good to do at this point. Rook takes on g7 is being threatened, and yeah. That's just going to win the game off the bat. Just so, for those who are interested, you can go ahead and play rook takes on f7. And here was the amazing idea. Queen takes on f7. And again, there's just no good way to defend on g7 here. And, I mean, I guess the best try that you could play in this position is to play rook to b7 here. And you can see the computer's just suggesting, you know what? They're just suggesting sacrificing your queen on h1, sacrifice on g1. It's just game over here. It's forced checkmate. And 3 here. Here you get to play rook takes on g7 check. If they go king to h6, we're just going to checkmate on dark squares. Be careful. The light squares are being covered here. So queen f6 check, king h5, and then queen g5 is checkmate. And then, of course, if the king runs down, it's going to be even easier. Just queen f8 will lead to the mate here. Or you can even play queen g8 mate here. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. What did you think of this combination? Was it good? Was it not so good? Please let me know in your comments. And if you haven't already, go ahead and give us that like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video.